drinking a little bit, and I wanted to go out. You know? And
yeah, get the disclaimers going. Get owned by Ronaldo.
I jammed like with a pretty bad hand.
Yeah.
Like queen 3 suited or something, 15 blinds in.
Yeah,
And
imagine how bad the actual hand.
oh no, like he raised, I just called. The lady in the big blind calls, or raises. He jams, I call because who cares? And then the lady is tanking forever, and we're like, come on, get in. We both not have such a good hand. Just come on, get in there. Like just get in. Like, probably you're good. We're like, try to convince her for 3-4 minutes. She's like, not sure. We're like, okay, just tell us what you have, and we'll tell you if you should call or not. During it, at the time, I like, for fun, while Ronaldo is talking, I switch my hand out with his. I have another hand, and like you notice it on the video as well. Like he at some point looks at his hand, it's like, what? Anyway,
I fuck with my head. I was like, oh my god.
Suited, I thought. And the lady has ace king, and she's tanking for like 20 blinds. And we're like, no, okay, you have to call. Anyway, we convince her in the end. She like really, okay, puts it all in, and the board runs out. I start winning with my current hand, so I switch it back with Ronaldo. So, like,
he sees this time
because
okay,
I need to go. And
honest as well.
And anyway, Ronaldo has ace 5. I have like queen 3, and the lady ends up losing with ace king for like a ton, and it's really shaken by the whole situation. We feel so bad.
Yeah,
she's not gonna make that call again. 20 blinds, but the whole hand took like 10 minutes or something.
So the action here was
you can try out things like switching hands.
Vogelsang
you
led the flop, even though he was not the pre-flop aggressor.
And check on the turn, and now another bet from Vogelsang on the river.
Once in Victoria Casino in London.
Oh wow!
It was a cash game.
A local.
They had like I mean, he was drinking, and there was a showdown. They were playing. I'm not sure the Omaha Hold'em. And there was nothing. I mean, and then you quickly switched out 2 cards, and all of a sudden he had like a flush against the world count. He said, "This look at this bad bit jackpot," and they go like, "What?" Stop the game and everything, and they said, "No, I was just joking." So they had to go check the cameras, and eventually he got thrown out of the casino. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Seriously?
Yeah, he tried to explain, "No, I was just joking."
The Vic's a bit more relaxed. Oh, I bet he tried to get away with it, and then when they realized the cameras were
I know
coming.
him for sure. He was just joking around.
Oh, okay.
They had already shown the card. They were so obvious. And the cards were
I
on
did
the stage,
something
and he
similar
just,
during our
everybody's,
rehearsal, and you'll
talking,
hear
and he's
about that
just
on Poker in the Ears this week.
And he got bought for 2 weeks or whatever. 2 weeks.
So this is the second level of the day. Blinds now 600, 1200 with a 200 ante.
Who would you be starstruck of?
I actually said this on the TV cash game. The person in poker I still get starstruck by is Joe Stapleton.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Good
he's
question,
just the one
Igor.
that I watched every day. Yeah. It was just such a large integrated part of my poker uprising.
And non-poker?
You think about it.
He's here, right? Are we doing this right now?
Huh?
But
I
define
saw
define
Jay.
starstruck. Do you
I
just,
mean,
I guess you
start
said, like,
shaking?
I mean, no, I have quite a low emotional reaction to most situations, so for me it's just,
I don't,
it's
basically
probably
don't
less
get
than a lot of
starstruck.
people, but
Right, but
How much is it?
But
similar
still.
for me, but still, like, some people would
yeah, for sure.
Tears of
Raising
joy.
your heart
be a little bit nervous because they
No, I don't think I could get that with a
put too
human
much
being.
meaning into it.
Like hyperventilating on the floor and kind of, no?
No.
So this is the first hand of the new level, level 10 of the main event. Igor's raised it to 2,400. It's raise and take it.
Yeah,
And we-
For sure.
Yeah, definitely Obama.
Yeah.
welcome to the booth, the
Yeah,
third
you're
member
How about
of
the
the
current one?
PokerStars
You're
TV
kidding,
commentary
right?
team. Say hello to Matthew Broughton.
Barack
Hello
Obama is
to
on my,
Matthew
like,
Broughton.
top
Hello,
3 list.
everybody.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
Hope you're well. Glad to be back.
Why would that be an obvious joke? The guy was the president.
So?
And he's just an awesome person. Like,
I don't know
how
anything
good
about
he
him.
was as a president or anything, but like,
I've only seen his media presence, which is cool, but to actually be able to make assumptions what he's going to be like in person, he's just going to be like a human being.
Yeah, so is everyone.
I understand,
Joe
but
Stapleton's like.
I understand, but I just don't have too much of an emotional attachment to the American, to the president of the United States.
I don't. Yeah, me neither. But...
This is
Would you get it
pretty
with Trump?
deep stuff here, James. I mean, it's not interesting.
Do
but
you have
it's
like a
pretty deep.
favorite blogger or something? Like that could be it as well. Like for me, it was first Brian Tomasic, who is like a writer who I think just writes absolutely amazingly on like whole scope. And I was about to have a Skype call with him. And I was like, before, like really nervous, like before a Justin Bieber concert, if I was a younger girl, probably.
Weird analogy, but yeah, we'll go with it.
And though on the other side, he is also like an introverted, like just work from home studier, you know.
sure.
So it's like a 32-year-old introverted person. Not used to it, but I was quite nervous before.
So I think I get a lot of nervous anticipations from meeting a lot of people, but as soon as I actually get speaking to them, it's a bit more humanizing. You realize that they have their flaws.
You're doing words? I'm doing words.
I do that too. Yeah, that was so cool.
Wait, it was even the same word.
I think there is one person I would be kind of.
Who would that be?
I think it's probably Putin.
Putin.
Vladimir
Oh.
Putin.
Yeah. I mean,
I was
not
sure he was
Starship,
going to say
I mean,
William
I would
Shatner,
kind of
but
be
I'll let it pass.
Nervous meeting. I
Yeah,
kind of like
that would be
I don't know what it
interesting
looks
to
like,
see
though.
someone, yeah.
because he's like surrounded by such bigger security.
72?
and things like that.
What do you think of him? Are you,
He loves power,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, he has much more power than like Trump or like the president
Oh.
of any other country.
I think he has some interesting videos of Trump or something like that. He has Trump in his back pocket.
Enjoy this conversation now, because chances are they won't be having it when we're in Sochi.
He's, I don't know, he's obviously very bright, Putin, but then he's kind of old school. His views are a bit not what I believe in, you know.
Yeah.
On
So Kurgel's playing a hand here. He raised an
Like
early
Gaze, for
position and
example.
got 3-bet by
Way.
Stocken. He still has the table chip lead. They've gone to the flop, which is king high. Sebastian tweets,
has,
remember the hashtag
switched around.
PokerStarsTV,
He
just
used to
tuned in
be
for the first time since like forever,
among
and I'm
the
so
youth
happy the
in
idea of
Russia.
live
He
hole
said he
cards
was
throughout got
less
turned down.
popular before,
Sebastian, you are
but
the
his
one.
popularity has
We
risen
knew
over
there'd
the
be
years.
somebody that would be happy. Thank God we finally identified
And I
it.
think
That's the feeling I get when
Yeah.
I speak to Russians.
I think he made Russia less federal, right? So to centralize power, which is probably not a good thing, but is
It's good
a
for
si-
him. and his
it's
buddies.
a sign of him wanting to have more power and wanting to centralize.
And at the same time, Russia
Everything.
looks stronger, and that's good.
Yeah.
You know, people like when they have
Yeah.
the feeling of power. Or like,
I remember reading that in The Economist that the approval ratings for him in Russia are extremely high, like over like 85 or 90%, and so most people do believe like
I doubt that that's a fair vote. Might be. But as far as I understand, it's a bit more spread. Like people in cities are usually a bit more disapproving. People in the country are a bit more approving.
Yeah, that sounds like blatant propaganda.
kind of like Trump, same phenomenon. But I mean,
10 diamonds.
People in the countryside usually are more.
Don't these guys realise I've been waiting an hour and 15 minutes to get on this microphone? Thank you. Betting a call, incidentally, post-flop. Now we get a free river.
Just so you know, Matt, the Undersea Monkey is ironing while watching the stream.
I saw that.
Ironing update, 5 of 8 shirts ironed, including 1 double cuffed.
Oh, good. Good job there, sir. That's not easy.
By the way, I know some of you may be having a few issues with the stream today, some sound synchronicity problems, maybe a little bit of lag. Huge apologies, but you may be aware that from time to time we have issues with power and internet in Monte Carlo. Today is one of those days. It is a local problem that sadly we cannot control.
Yeah, don't forget, there's a few different ways to watch us, so do bounce around and give them all a go, because
Really fine
sometimes
hands
one
for
is
winning
stronger
against.
than t'other.
Bad start, right? Yeah.
No.
To get reactions.
I almost fell for it.
But then draw it back in slowly and all in.
So I was thinking, in the same way that you could incentivize poker players to speak in a tournament, do you reckon there'd be a way of incentivizing people in a capitalistic society to be good by making all the jobs that require some level of kindness and compassion the highest paying jobs?
I know too little about like how big economies work, etc.
I think
to
like,
be able to say.
Yeah,
problem is-
capitalism works quite well. Like, I mean, there is a reward for being kind and passionate by having more friends at your workplace, and maybe it helps you.
But that's not part of capitalism. It's part of just how humans.
Yeah, that's got nothing to do with capitalism. The problem
More like
with
survival. It's even like quite evolutionary.
Doctors, because they want to help. Like, the ones that are really doing it for the deep down reason, like they're going to do it either way, whether you give them extra or not.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they don't deserve it.
But the problem with capitalism at the moment is that the people with all the money and all the power making all the big decisions aren't good people.
The problem is whenever you want.
Obviously, that's a blanket statement. That's not
Right. But
Charlie, whenever you want to fix prices, like salaries, like supply and demand are not in equilibrium anymore. So like whenever you say, oh, the price is like very high, then there will be like so many people who want to do it, and not enough spaces, and people don't do it exactly for the right motivations maybe also.
the question is how important the motivations are as well. I'm not so sure that like it has to be good. In the end, you get rewarded if you create efficiencies or like you create good products, and that still works in some ways. Like where this is.
okay. So
Like you have many people have a lot of money because they like usually like finance some like very big companies that like, create a lot of value. I'm not saying that it's like an optimal system or something, but it is definitely good at like leading to I don't know, like faster and more technologies coming out sooner.
But that's just not necessarily going to be the optimal way, because like, we're just fucked at the moment. Like we're in a society where the people who are making the decisions aren't thinking about things like climate change, aren't thinking about.
Well, they are in some countries.
No, but they're not.
China
Yeah.
or in many European countries.
And you can, if you think, I don't know, you gotta incentivize somehow more long-term thinking, I guess, to make that possible.
But think
You
about
can also do taxes.
all the corporations. Like the reason that we're screwing up the planet is because all the corporations aren't incentivized to do things for the greater good. They're incentivized to do things for their good. So unless we change the capitalistic system, we're going to have to change what kind of people are at the top. Yeah, I'm very sure that it's the case.
Why do you say that the companies, that the corporations are not doing well at the moment? Like, why do you think that's the case?
Sorry, why do I think? What's the case?
We avoid much more CO2 emissions and so on than we did in the past. And like, there's a price on this, and companies.
Well, we're going to step away from the birth of the revolution, away from our feature table, because Thomas on the floor has a very important announcement for all the players in the main event.
We're here in Monaco for the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casinos, and we just confirmed the number of players and the prize pool. We had 727 players, generating a total prize pool over 3.5 million euros. We're gonna pay the first 143 players. The 143rd finisher will receive 7,580 euros, and the winner of the PokerStars Championship will take home 500,800 euros. We wish you the very best of luck.
So the prize pool confirmed, 727 entrants, 143 getting paid, a min cash worth 7,580 euros, with more than 500,000 up top, plus the championship trophy.
That's a very small sliver of
And right now there are 304 players in the tournament, Matt, a decent chance that we do burst that bubble today.
Yep. It has become a new feature, hasn't it, really, that our first day of broadcast quite often is also the bubble day. Sometimes we get there, sometimes we're right on the cusp, and sometimes we just get through it very easily.
Very quickly, a tweet from Keith Woodward. Recheck my stream, thought I was listening to CNN or the BBC. No, PokerStars TV.
30 or 40 years ago.
Yeah, such a shame these guys are poker players, otherwise we could heal the world.
But it's still on the trajectory for us to not survive for that long. That's the problem.
No, I don't think.
No, I don't think that's the case either.
In the 60s and the 70s, like German companies, they dumped poison in the river, in Donau and rain, just like,
This is just not happening and not possible anymore. There are so many more regulations. And we
Yeah,
do
but
have-
Germany still use carbon, a lot of carbon.
Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's the only country in Europe.
I'm not sure it all is like
You give a
directly related to
antifungal?
capitalism. Like,
No, I'm not
it
saying
can
it's
be. I also know a bit too little about it, but like I would think that, like classical capitalism sometimes stands contra like a lot of government regulations, because you just want like the markets to flow free, etc. And I think that would be a problem regarding climate change.
Sure, yeah.
But I think that like some government regulations can work quite well with general capitalism. that
Yeah, exactly.
drives, still like more progress. Yeah.
I wonder what the people who are following the live stream thinks about it.
Regulations
Not a lot.
are part of capitalism.
poker.
I mean, there's nothing which says that you can put like a price on anything, on like CO2. It's like, as
Just
people
like-
like to say, an external like factor, and which needs.
But I
to-
feel like one big problem of capitalism is that it should be that you gain, like competition should create a better product, and then with that you reach more people, and this is why you then like get more money or like your business. But currently it's a little bit more that it's a bit decoupled from the end product and more into if you can create something that sells well. Because that's actually the direct thing, more so than like a product that serves well.
Yeah.
Like if you create something that sells well, then this makes money. So this is why you're not as incentivized. Like one way of creating
Right.
something that sells well is
What does make you think that it's not the product, but like more the marketing, or what's that stuff?
well, because you get more money if you get sales, right?
But
And
aren't we
one
like,
way of getting sales is to get good product. But
you're
another
saying
way of
that-
getting sales is nowadays with more and more tools is understanding like how to like hit
I would
the
actually
right
disagree
points.
about this, because I think you're saying that consumers don't make as good decisions as they used to make in the past.
I'm not saying not as used to. I'm saying
Or
consumers
able
have
because
never
of the
and are rarely gonna be making good decisions because
Okay.
we don't have
So
great
let's
information.
continue after the hand, maybe.
Okay. We have 20,000 in the pot, I believe. I think it's even right on.
So this hand saw an under-the-gun raise from Favia. Igor Kurganov 3-bet from the small blind and has continued this 9-high flop for 5,000.
It's nice to hear your voice, James. I feel like I've forgotten what you sound like.
I like Vince's tweet. Definition of irony, sitting around a poker table while slagging off capitalism. We'll get back to the seeds of the revolution after this poker interruption.
Wow, bit of poker. Bit of poker. Oh, Igor not slowing down. Re-raised pre, fired out post-flop, and now once again keeping his foot down, third of the pot in.
Yeah, so 5K on the flop, 10K on the turn, which is the ace of hearts. And once again, Francesco Favia calls. So we have got 50,000 in the middle. Favia has roughly 25.5 behind. He is the effective stack here. King of diamonds on the river.
Yeah.
Igor shoves on the Italian, who calls all in.
Wow.
Ace-3 against kings. He got there on the river. 2-pair for Igor. A set of kings for Favia.
Yikes.
No, not much, I guess, but I'll play the 25K.
And that will see Favia double up to over 100,000. Igor down to
Maybe, probably,
around
yeah.
59,000. A below average stack. The average at the moment, by the way, with 280 remaining, is 78K.
Yeesh. Well, that's the flip around. Still players on our feature table over 100,000. Francesco, welcome to the top three.
If I enjoy it, I guess.
We have faith in you guys. Still got 54 minutes at this level to get
So
himself
ignoring
back up there.
the idea that it might have, our current system might have a direct negative impact on global warming, do you think that there still might be other benefits of incentivizing or other ways to incentivize
of hatred
kindness
for that
to do
king
well in the capitalist
in the
society?
Twitch chat.
Because even if it's not climate change, people are still getting
I think
screwed.
kindness is a tough
Yes,
sell.
yes. I mean,
Like you gotta kind of create kindness, I think, by incentivizing it through through egoistic things here. Like, I mean, what I'm talking about, like altruism.
Here we go again.
With people, and not everyone is convinced. Like,
Yeah,
not
I
everyone
mean,
puts
heads
it
up
as
edges
much
in
that.
general. Like,
But usually people
I looked
will
at
do
the
the good
ROI
thing
of
anyway
like a tournament.
if they
you have,
see
like,
other like gains from it. You know, sometimes people will only do the good thing. It's way easier to convince someone if they think it's also good for them.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
And that's
like,
what I'm saying exactly. Like,
so you agree that it could be a thing, like
yeah, absolutely, exactly. Like if it's somehow more, I don't know, more well rated on like you have helped 7 people. This is your 7 monies.
yeah.
I don't know. It's very.
Definitely you can have 5% or even more, but online.
We're going to have to run another poll, aren't we? Do you love stroke hate the table chat? Twitch can't seem to decide. Some people really wish they were part of it, and some people think it's boring.
Work on heads up, just
Could be worse, boys and girls. Could be much, much worse.
Yeah.
Heads up, and then if I'm against like.
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
I feel like every time your
Yeah,
head's up in
very
like an
good.
online tournament or whatever, you know, like.
But especially for high rollers, there's so few people that you might literally, if you're going to rebuy and there's only 30 people, you might hopefully be heads up, you know?
Yeah.
Decent percent.
Suggestion from Peter says if we just send Stapes out to the featured table, give it 10 minutes and the conversation would be about Tinder and
People
farts.
are the best players.
I'd say story checks out.
Even if I can lose at 1% instead of 4%, it's a pretty huge deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Were you saying even in big fields it's a big difference or not? You're only talking about small field high rollers, right? That your heads up edge comes into play as much.
I mean, I don't think it's a big thing, right? Like, that it's you just don't get heads up very often.
You do?
I don't.
No, I think you don't. I think it's. It seems like you get heads up often 40s there, but still like 1/20th. If you gain like a little bit of better play in 1/20th of the time, still like, very hard to
say
play
in
off.
this tournament they'll play heads up for what, 400k or less than that, whatever, a few 100k. That's still like 10% of
But
the
let's
price
make
pool
an
or something.
let's make an optimistic guess.
150k. How often do you get in there? Though 1 in 350 times.
Yeah, let's make an optimistic guess that you get into this situation 1 out of 175 times. Or 1 out of 150 times.
Damn, I'm about to get crushed.
No, I don't think you
And
are.
then-
Like, let's take a 20-person tournament.
Yeah, no, in a small field tournament, it matters more.
Oh, okay. What was the
But
argument?
in this tournament, like whether you're a good heads-up player or not is
No, yeah,
completely
agree.
unimportant.
But I was saying in the 40-man example, it is a big deal. Especially say if you're playing one of them area things where there's like so top heavy, you're probably playing for 20% of the prize pool.
Yeah. I think it matters a ton on your yearly result, like maybe.
Just not having to
okay.
drop people that you know you're better than, and then not getting crushed by the people who are better.
See, now people are bored of this conversation, James, and they want the intellectual stuff back. You
There's other
people are
who
just never happy.
Just wouldn't chop, even if they're not that good. They just don't. So you need to make sure you're good against them.
I think there's
was-
more
it's
effective
only
improvements
14,
you can make. Like,
much
for
is that?
example, stop doing the crane.
It was 14.
That would be one very quick
We're 8
improvement
players.
to your game.
Yeah, get
Ryan's
hands
one
per
now?
hour.
Have you seen Reiner's one now?
From
Reiner could also do that, yeah.
No, you haven't seen his
Somebody
new
has
one.
No, I
an
haven't
anti-up.
seen his new one.
How many?
New one's unbelievable.
Jack, you didn't put anti.
Is it longer or?
It's unbelievable. I'm just going to do this. Don't make me lose the chips, please.
No, you don't.
It's like this.
Or was it me?
But it's more weird than that. It would annoy you way
Already,
more than
it
me.
makes me angry.
It was like that, and that.
I don't
and
easily
like
get angry,
diagonal.
but
I don't care about that at all. Like how you put that.
no, I really don't like it. I'm just gonna raise this hand now. That's how angry I am.
But I'm in the big blind.
But at least I'm not doing it to tilt you.
I know.
Like I said, I got my routine. Like the camera fucked me up. I acted like 4 ways out of turn or something. Got got my stuff going on.
58 or something total. 60.
Kurganov has raised. By the way, if watching this poker has put you in the mood to play some poker, we have got our bounty bonus tournament kicking off in a couple of hours' time.
I'm in. I'm worth $150, or is it euros? Oh, it doesn't really matter.
Dollars.
Thanks.
I'm not worried about
2,700 players registered. Remember to claim your free tickets via Poker School Online. And the bounties come into play when the tournament becomes a freeze out because it's a free buy. Remember, there are unlimited rebuys and an add-on available for $1.10.
I think the word articulates are often just kind of strewn with...
Now remind me, is this the Zoom tournament?
It is, 6
So
Zoom.
that's what I love about the bounty bonus, is that whereas before when we played with a bounty, it was like the luck of the draw. If you got an out table, there you go. But now, everyone in the field, a good chance of bumping into myself or Joe or James at some point in the tournament. Get involved.
Do it because you don't need so many fillers within whatever you say.
But I don't think...
Meanwhile, Eagles raise, bounced back at him by Vogelsang.
Yeah, Christoph's made it 11,500.
Using it like I just did every 5 minutes. I'm trying to get out of that habit.
You cover me, Christoph?
Yeah.
Slightly, right?
Clearly.
Igor calls. He'll play the flop in position. That flop is 9-4-4. 2 spades on the board. By the way, if you follow Daniel Negreanu on Twitter, you may have seen him talking about a hand where he somehow dodged going broke with jacks against quad aces. Read all about it, as they say, on the PokerStarsblog.com. They've just tweeted a link to their live updates from the main event as the blog team keep tabs on all the stacks at the outer tables, all the big hands out in the field. Meanwhile, we are down to 272 players now from the starting field of 727. We did get that announcement a short while ago that 143 will make the money. Expectations that we will hit the bubble during the last level of today. A min cash here in Monte Carlo worth 7,580 euros. The winner will get more than $500,000, 500,800. Total prize pool, 3.5 million.
Ka-ching.
The reason I was thinking that sales and so on isn't as important as it used to be is because we have so many viewing sites, and I think consumers are probably better informed because of being able to Google things and the internet. So
that would be one reason why they're better informed. Yeah.
But I think that's again, that's just like a very that's a small detail that's missing out on the bigger picture.
But
and there are like actually quite a lot of things which are for free, which probably we would spend like a 4-digit amount on. Like if you couldn't use any services of Google Maps, Gmail, Google, and like how much value there is. So
that doesn't
actually,
speak though for people buying the right product. That stands on the side.
No,
I think that's a great thing.
No, that's more like a separate thing. I agree. This is like a different thing. I just wanted to say that I mean, we benefit a lot from capitalism as it is at the moment. And it's better than it used to be in the past, even if GDP didn't increase maybe as much as it used to be.
There you are. And that concludes that conversation.
Eichhardt's raise called by Vogelsang. Action on Jack Salter in the big blind. Still got 45 minutes to play at this level. 45 minutes till we take our first break of the day. Reminder that you'll find the Bounty Bonus Zoom tournament if you search Bounty Bonus in the tournament lobby on Stars. Claim your tickets from Poker School online, whether you're an existing member or need to register for a new account. And a reminder that later on today there will be the regular password-protected PokerStars TV free roll. That's not going to kick off until after play's concluded here on day 2, but we will tell you the password a bit later on the stream.
Yeah, we'll keep you busy all day long. Meanwhile, Mr. Peter Eckhart is going to try and have a go at this one. 9,700 in the middle and a bet of 2,008.
So the continuation bet gets rid of one player. Not going to get rid of Jack Salter by the looks of things. We mentioned Daniel Negreanu's tweet about the Jacks versus Aces. Smitty says, speaking of Daniel, finally got to watch Kid Poker. What a great movie. Loved it lots. Glad you enjoyed it, Smitty. A reminder that if you are in an English-speaking part of the world, you can watch it exclusively on Netflix. So Queen hits the turn, Salter checks for a second time. And Eichhardt checks behind, and the King of Diamonds completes the board.
Yeah, first bit of passive play, having had his foot down since the get-go in this hand. Board getting more interesting. Now another check. What you going to do, Peter? I believe I'm right. Yeah, Jack has already checked.
I give up.
I win.
I know.
By a mile, though.
Wow. Trying to set a trap, but Peter was never going to fall into that one.
I'm not going to make you fall there for sure.
What a nightmare turn and river for Jack. Just absolutely scared off his potential victim.
You would have had 2 chances to try.
I wish I had a
If
jack
you
with
bet
it.
and he raises and you go all in.
Yeah,
Yeah, you had 2 chances to bluff me. You didn't take either.
that would be the play. If you raise.
So Peter Eichhardt hovering around 95,000 at the moment. Jack Salter 65,000. One above average, the other below average.
How about that fat wallet? Is that okay?
Table chip leader right now, Preben Stocken with 155K.
Is that 500 euros or receipt?
Hey, look how filled is a palindrome. No, it isn't quite right. It's 272 out of
I want to
727.
look like scared money, so
You kind of know where I'm coming
have to
from.
leave, you know, having cash out there all the time.
Meanwhile, we think that Jeffrey Hakeem, who started the day as chip leader, still holds on to the honour of being tournament boss. With 272 remaining, as Matt just drew attention to.
In a rather strange and confusing way. You're welcome.
Plus. No, it doesn't matter.
Jack, are you going to Sochi?
No.
How come?
Russia's dangerous.
No.
No?
Too much travelling would be the first reason. When is it again? It's mid-May.
20 to 31. It's like right after school.
Yeah, so I want to get to Vegas earlier than that. And I struggle with the time zones and jet lag, so I'd rather go to Vegas or North America early and relax a bit rather than go via Russia.
Yeah, if you want to do a whole Vegas trip, then timing is a bit unfortunate.
I mean, I've never been to Russia, so the plus side is I've never been. I think it will be good. That's off.
Right.
Downside is there's no way I'm going there, so it doesn't really matter.
Too
Doesn't
busy
matter how
with
good it is.
scoop. A lot of scoop going on.
Probably the 50K should be good as well, though.
Yeah, I'd expect so.
Maybe
I
really
think most
good.
of the tournaments will be quite good.
I think all
I
of
think
them.
I
think all of them will be
Such
good,
a-
but the 50 potentially could be unbelievable.
It's actually a bit relentless if you think about it. We've got Monte Carlo, Scoop,
Yeah.
Sochi, and then everyone goes to Vegas for the World Series.
And it's not like the last couple of months have been
So
quiet.
the RA people can't. Oh, they still
They
can.
can,
yeah.
like, I'll play both. But
I think
Oh, yeah,
you
that's
do
right.
it also because you.
Do you try getting that
Yeah,
time?
you're
In the
sponsored
300?
and
Yeah.
But
They
the
don't
last,
bring
last
any-
day of scoop.
they- they
Many
not
people
bring
do
any
it with a scoop thing. I think pretty much no one.
Yeah, I got in the lottery.
You're in the draw.
No, you get to
yeah,
play
yeah,
the
so-
scoop main,
Actually, that was so
50
stupid.
and the
of them.
300. It
Yeah.
all works, but it's.
I mean, you
But
only
it's
had a day,
very like exhausting, basically.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
like,
well,
it's
they
as
told me
exhausting
that
probably as playing the other stuff.
only
too. I
cash,
guess
right? You
just that
can't
have
even
to
wire the
travel.
money.
Yeah, and the traveling.
Like,
no.
I'm
Someone
happy
else
to
to wire
travel
money.
to Russia
think.
for.
That's what they told me. Like it's only
And
cash
like
or I
that
can't.
might
One
be-
meeting,
Oh,
please.
it
One
might be someone
meeting.
else that-
Come on now.
No, no, you
Have some
could
decorum.
wire.
Who's chairing this thing?
She's,
What about wire?
You could wire for the 300k, right?
Yeah.
The deposit. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, at the time I didn't.
What were you saying?
my ex, she's from Sochi, so she's on me all the time. Are you playing any satellites? Are you playing satellites on stars to qualify? So she wants to go.
So
with
are you?
I played a few, but I haven't played lately because it's gonna get hectic for me. My thought as
This can count as a satellite as well, right? We're doing well on this one.
well, yeah.
Not that far away. 7,600 euros. Kind of enough.
You're rooting for people to cash just so you can convince them to come Sochi, you know?
So I can wear the patch
I
again.
like a bigger
Qualifying by satellite.
Yeah. No, it does. I would like to check out Russia as well. I'm pretty sure it's so different from anywhere I've been.
St. Petersburg is absolutely gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
If I can't handle the cold, should I go in the summer and it'll be
Go in
nice?
summer.
Sochi is warm.
It's like a holiday destination.
Yeah, exactly.
Sochi have palm trees. I mean, it's like
Probably like
What? Palm
25
trees?
Yeah.
In Russia?
Yeah,
Really?
in Sochi, yeah.
Russia's such a big place.
really
Black
far
Sea.
south. It's like by Georgia,
Sea.
basically.
Near the Dead Sea or Red Sea,
Black
or whatever
Sea,
it's
Black
called,
Sea,
that
Black
direction.
Sea.
Black Sea.
One of the seas.
They have palm trees. I mean, it's like it's tropical.
I mean, the palm trees are made of bread.
They're like subtropical, so.
Yeah, some people will be surprised, I guess, when they get there.
But I
Expecting-
mean, I think the casino is up in a bit in the mountains.
yeah, it's
So
like
good
it's
chill.
like half an hour drive to the beach area.
Is it a big city?
No.
300 something,
Oh yeah. So it's bigger than I thought. People or 1,000? Wait, let's clarify.
1,000.
1,000. Okay. That's big.
It is 2,800.
Sounds like you say re-raise, but it's three-raise.
Kurganov folded under the gun. Peter Eichhardt opens the action from under the gun +1. $3,300. Christoph Vogelsang is interested.
I know we've said it, but this is a pretty sick feature table to just randomly get thrown together for us. Thank you, Luck.
Yep. I was.
Good boy.
Well, not in the moment when you arrived. I was just in my phone messaging someone, but
He's still
otherwise I think it's going well.
You have 11 blues?
Oh.
Or 10? 10. 50.
It's a good table. Quite talkative table.
Good, we're having fun too.
Nice.
We had that Russian Slav.
Oh no, he's gone.
He doesn't speak, but he's really funny.
Yeah, I know, right? His face is just, yeah. It's so good. It's like Jungleman a little bit. He carries the emotion just like honestly on the face.
3-bet from Vogelsang and a tweet from Undersea Monkey. The ironing is complete. I repeat, the ironing is complete. You can all relax now.
Good job, Undersea Monkey. Well done. Well done. Very proud of you. Now, I've got 15 T-shirts here. Do you want to just quickly take care of those for me?
Hashtag PokerStarsTV. Eichhardt calls the 3-bet. We're going to the flop. Jack 9-6.
Rainbow. Somebody saying give Negreanu a rebuy. He doesn't need one. He's just stretching his legs.
Yeah, Daniel's got a seat at the secondary feature table, just down the steps from the main stage.
I was just actually going to reply to a couple of questions. A few things that have come in about how many chips does so-and-so have, who's in here. Don't forget, hit up the PokerStars blog, because there are still a lot, not only a lot of players left, 272, but a lot of big-name players, a lot of the guys you'll know.
I'll tell you what, Matt, let me utilize the chip counts
Do
on
it.
the PokerStars blog. Throw me a name and I'll see if I can find them.
Okay, how about Davide Katai?
Davide Katai has around 110,000 chips. Average right now, 80k, blinds are 600, 1200. I repeat, Davide Katai has around 110,000.
Okay, there you are, those of you. What about Liv? Force's favourite, Liv Barry, still in the field.
Liv Barry playing around 127,500.
Okay. Vicky Corin Mitchell?
Victoria Corin Mitchell, probably around 35,000. So running on vapor.
Yeah.
Okay. Faraz Xhaka, why you're in compliant
I
mood?
think if I started to grind online tournaments again hard, I would move to Canada or something. I really
Faraz
don't like
Xhaka,
being awake.
98k.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So remember,
why
if you
I
go to the PokerStars blog and check out the chip counts, you can do exactly what I
just
just did. Just search for your favourite player.
I'm guessing that you don't get that much action in high stakes anyway, so it's quite nice to have free running.
That was a very good demonstration, a live demonstration of how to search for things rather than just asking me in Twitch.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
You're very welcome, everyone that's saying thank you. 2,600 from Francesco, who's been pretty quiet since he took that massive pot off Igor with the Trip Kings on the river up against the two pair. Igor not really recovered from that. And it's going to be down to the big blind of Igor and right now the small blind of Charlie. Okay, bit of resistance for Francesco Favia. Don Chad on Twitter has misheard me, thinks that we're giving away t-shirts. No, I was seeing if somebody wanted to iron my t-shirts. So you haven't missed any opportunities for a competition win. Don't forget, plenty of those coming at you for the next 5 days. The old King Jack suited, not good enough. That's a complete guess, by the way.
So we have a competition for you every day here on PokerStars TV, giving you the chance to win a free scoop ticket. It's a very simple three-step process. We want you to play a scoop spin and go. They are now running on Stars. And we need you to win a hand with a pocket pair. Any pocket pair will do. You don't have to win the spin and go, you just have to win a hand with a pocket pair. Then go to step 3. Tweet a screenshot or a boom link. Make sure you include the hand ID and hashtag
25th of June
PSC
is still
win
quite early.
and send it through just before midnight tonight, local time. And what we will do is tomorrow we will conduct a draw from everyone who complied with those requests, and 3 winners who are drawn at random will receive a $109 scoop ticket. So very simply, fire up a scoop spin and go, try to win a hand with a pocket pair, send in the evidence, hashtag PSC win, and everyone who completes that task will be put into the draw, and 3 winners will be drawn at random. We've got 3 $109 scoop tickets to give away today, more tomorrow, the day after that, all the way through till Friday.
Yeah,
See, told you there'd be competitions, boys and girls.
9th, we're hiking.
Just really want to quickly address a question from Roland. He says, genuine, friendly question from a long-time fan. Is it tenable to not show hole cards in 2017? I'm going to say yes, Roland, for 2 reasons. Number one, because viewership is actually up in 2017. even though we are still whole cards down. We're actually record-breaking numbers, not to brag too much. But secondly, and principally, while we are still making TV shows from PokerStars Championship main events, we have to. Now, if that were to change, if we were to concentrate on just making like televised cash games or formats like Shark Cage, you know, made for TV stuff, then I think it would change. And I think in the future it will change. But right here, right now, if we're trying to follow a tournament through from beginning to end, and we need to keep a feature table for an entire day, for example, or we don't want to spoil stuff for the TV shows down the line, then my answer is yes. But going forward, 2018, 2019, I'm less sure.
There you are. Solid answer.
Reride.
Meanwhile, in this hand, Jack sort of raised it up, 3,600, get
Nope.
the re-raise from
Did not get
Charlie
it right.
Carroll. And that's was that an all-in declared by Jack there? Yep. Job done with that move.
What didn't you get right?
Now I
I got the read right. You know what I mean? I had the right read there.
I feel more comfortable addressing Roland's question than I do Alex's. All I can give you here is my 2 cents. Alex says, guys, with the main event fields being small recently, would it be worth having re-entries on different days? That really is a question for the big bosses, the live event staff, the tournament organisers. My view on it is in a championship main event, I personally am in favour of being 1 entry only.
Yeah, I agree.
Done like
I
8,
agree.
9 offers.
Especially because of the number of guys that we have that like qualify here through the spin and goes and the sit and goes, is you just don't want the big mega bucks famous guys just to be able to keep re-popping when actually these guys, a lot of the field are only here because they've satellited in for a lesser amount. It feels like it's an even field that way, to me.
Anyway. No way you had a live read. Come on, man.
How did it go?
Yeah, it went well, but whatever.
It just got through.
Yeah, otherwise I probably would not have said it now, right now. I would have.
Amazing anecdote from Randy Lou on Twitter. Nanonoko reveals that during the chip unbagging, a player was given scissors by the dealer and cut himself and started bleeding. And the dealer asks, "What are you doing?"
He had 5, 6, 6, 7.
6, 7 suited, yeah.
Well, a lot of concern and love there.
Sick.
Man, you've got to be careful of those scissors, kids.
Insane.
Don't run as well in the corridors.
Like a third of his stack at least, right, as well.
So a quick reminder, we've got that Scoop Spin and Go contest running, a chance to win a $109 Scoop ticket. We've got our bounty bonus event kicking off in just under 2 hours' time. 3,100 players registered so far. Claim your free tickets from Poker School online. If you're not already a member, you can sign up for free.
What are you going to do, flat and check cool?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, in that position. Yeah, okay.
And is it an automated process? If a brand new person signs up to the Poker School, will they just immediately get their tickets in the client?
No, you have to crucially go to Poker School online and click on the link to claim your tickets.
I was being devil's advocate there just to make the announcement. You got to do a little bit of work, boys and girls. You got to actually kind of register and stuff.
Jake Powell is 11 of 34 in the Big 22. Stream run good is real.
Boom.
Good luck, Jake. And Megan sends greetings. Good morning, gentlemen. Hope you have an excellent broadcast.
Thank you.
We hope so too.
Thanks, Megan.
And Sebastian, who's been away for a while but is now back. The reason why we did not stream the Super High Roller here in Monte Carlo, we were making a new cash game series across those days, featuring some great players like Charlie Carroll and Igor Kurganov, who are on our feature table today, plus Daniel Negreanu, Kevin Hart, Sam Grafton, Jake Cody, plus a couple of staked qualifiers. Had a lot of fun making that. I think the players had a lot of fun taking part, and you'll get to see those shows probably towards the end of this year, beginning of next year. Let's pick up the action here.
Nice.
Open raise from Stockton, 2,700. 3-bet from Charlie Carroll, 8,000. Do we have the 4-bet alert, Matt? Because Peter Eichhardt's just made it 15,000.
Well, probably not is the answer, Chicory. Oh, we do.
It was on day one. I had maybe like 20 days back towards the end
You
of
still
the
look
day.
pretty confident, that's the problem.
Was it mainly just because the guy was totally out of line?
Are you always that confident with ace king?
Have a strong read that he was
I think I just had a strong read.
felt right.
Oh, you actually do have ace king?
Yes, I mean, it's.
Have I got the read? We got
It wasn't like the most
obvious.
important.
Okay, yeah, nice.
But if it's day one, you know, you have below average.
Let us not forget that Charlie Carroll is the shortest stack here on
Actually,
our
not
feature
sure what it is,
table.
but-
I don't feel too worried when you're tanking.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Whatever I have.
Oh, does that mean you have jacks?
Just keep naming every single hand you
I
can
think that's
think
the one
of.
where you'd be worried, but then as soon as I start tanking, you're like, phew.
You got tens?
Not allowed to say.
That'll be a yes.
Huh.
See, now I want to see.
And you're going ace queen as well. Some good cash games going on at the moment. All in all, all in.
All in. He's going
Ace
to
king.
put it
Nice.
to the test.
You're right.
You gotta be careful.
Oh, it wasn't the tens,
Yeah,
it was
I know.
nines.
All in all, I thought.
It's a race, and the all-in player is ahead.
A classic race and the first we've seen
Thanks,
today.
man. don't tell me if you had a 9 anyone. I don't want to hear it. I got the home
didn't have a
advantage.
I think it's okay if he's the underdog, then you can say he had those.
Yeah.
As in the short set.
Wish you the best.
I wish you the best in a lot of situations in the world.
Just not this one.
Spade. You have a spade?
It really feels like it should be the ace king with a spade.
Pretty decent flop for Charlie.
Did you have the ace of spades?
I didn't have a
I'm worried that I'm worried that he's chatting too much. He's tempting
Whoa.
fate.
All right.
3 more.
Calm
Three
down.
more.
Slow down.
Yeah, let's calm things down now, boys.
If I'm going out, I want maximum pain.
Aces, kings, and queens.
I want everyone else to see
of
it
the
first,
non-spade variety working for Peter Reichert.
Very slowly, like that.
Yeah, we should see.
Show all of us before Charlie.
Nice hold.
One by one, you can read us.
That was slow.
And that jumps him up from being right at the bottom of the table to middle of the pack. 52 bigs now for Charlie Carroll with 20 minutes left on the level. Peter, in fact, nearly an identical stack. It's 63.3 versus 62.9 now
Nice
for
hand.
Peter Eckhart.
Yeah.
No real surprise to see that going the way it went.
A reminder that we have our Twitter poll running as well today, just a bit of fun. We've got Charlie and Igor at the feature table. We're asking of these 3 players, Sophia Lovegren being the third, which has the best hair, Charlie, Sophia or Igor? Igor currently leads with 41% of the vote, Sophia 37%, Charlie 22%. If you head to @PokerStarsTV on Twitter, it is the pinned tweet at the top of the timeline. Have your say.
I had my say. I went with Sophia. I'm going to be quite honest with you.
I went with Igor.
Really?
He looks like he's shampooed and conditioned.
I think that's too much hair for a man. That's it. I mean, that's all I have to say about it.
Fold.
Nice strong fold there from Jack. That's what we like.
Strong verbally and physically.
Yeah.
All in all.
All in all, I'm out of here.
I mean, if you said all in all, I'm going to have to fold here, and he'd already flipped his cards, I think I would have to be on the opponent's side there.
I was
Too
witness.
articulate for your own good.
I was witness yesterday to a player doing that
I need to
classic.
just pick it up and like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, I'm all in. And there would be nothing...
I'll save my story.
Petrangelo in the 50k yesterday, when it was a short stack on the cutoff, just goes like this to the dealer. And Rayner on the button just mucks his hand and then claims like, no, that has to stand as all in, right? Petrangelo's like, no, it's guns.
Yeah, if he did then it's all in, obviously. But just this, no way.
It's a nice little angle.
Yeah, I mean, blind versus blind, probably pretty good.
King 9-3 on this flop as Vogelsang defends his big blind to D'Anselmo's open.
The shot clock chip was also interesting. Just being able to throw it in.
Yeah.
I accidentally got someone with that in the 10K.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking though. It was really annoying. He just like went to turn over his hand, and I'm pretty sure like 90% of the time you just see their face and.
Yeah, on my table, Mo bet the river, Moritz, whatever. He bet the river. Knew he threw in the time bank chip, but not as an angle, just get the time. And then he turned his hand over, and then I just went like that instantly. So like, I don't know who on the table saw, but then I was just holding it like that for ages. He's in the center of the river and like looking at both of us, you know? It was pretty funny. And then he got called and he was bluffing. But,
I'm never sure whether to interfere in those kind of situations as someone isn't in the hand.
How do you mean?
I think that was fine by
him turning it over?
Yeah, so when Jack comes in,
I just covered the cards. I mean, it's...
Or someone's about to muck their hand, they have the winning hand, or... Like, it's all kind of in the same grey area.
No, I wouldn't say anything then. If someone had the winning hand and just threw it in face down, I wouldn't say.
I don't see that as too much different.
Because I would feel bad on the other person in the hand, because, you know, he should capitalize.
Sorry?
It's pretty close. A similar situation.
Yeah, I think that...
Yeah, but we're not used to these time chips and
I think
stuff.
kind of like always interfering or never interfering.
And it's something anyone could fall for. And...
Because then it's fair at least. Like it would be just bad if you were always interfering for someone more than for someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I always
Which is why maybe never interfering is the best, because then you're not gonna.
It's so hard. Like you're playing gold kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what the dealer
just
everyone else is for.
No. At the minimum, it's the safe play anyway, so do nothing. So just check every street until then.
I don't like saying stuff like that, because you went just and there's like a second in his mind where it's like, got him. And you're quads.
I also feel obliged when I have aces or quads or something.
So checking out some other players in the field, here we have Davide Katai now on Benjamin Pollock and Patrick Antonis' table. I can reveal that that will be our new feature table after the break. Martin Jakobsen has now got a seat next to Liv Barry, who's playing around 150,000 now. Sadly, another one of the ladies in the field, Gail Bauman, is gone.
No. Gail.
That is Timothy Adams, one of the players who bought in at the start of day 2.
Hey.
Nicky Petrangelo.
Such a good surname.
2 more former champs, 3 more in fact, starting with Hussein Ensan, progressing to last year's Barcelona champ, Sebastian Malitz, and ending with the reigning champ of this tournament. Whoa! Stop the strobing. It's Jan Bendik.
Man, been on holiday much?
Not a TV-friendly jacket.
Yeah, I don't think that is optimal, no.
What's Bruce Bagel saying about that one?
Oh, I can only imagine.
God, Struth, Sheila.
The same way when you call someone's river bet and they turn their hand over and you beat it.
Yeah.
Like yesterday in the 50K, for example, like Federer, like really slowly, like sad look.
I hate it when people do that.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
like, you have
no, I really don't like it.
Instantly, like, no, you lost.
Because that couple of seconds is just like the exponential pain. The longer it happens, the more painful it is.
I mean, you can do it, but it has to be on purpose to mess with someone, and
But sometimes
it has to be your friend in my world.
Exactly.
Sometimes he throws over it and you can't see what it is. I mean, it's like,
Right.
Is it a total bluff or does he have like a
like
a pair, or did he make a gut? I mean, so then you kind of like, you know, you're winning, but.
Oh, it was also though like no, the situation like, you bet the river with a similar hand like Christoph, like very slowly turns over the quad.
This is a button by the versus the blinds, by the way.
Yeah, I win.
Oh, that's kind of quads.
Race from Francesco.
Quick reminder, by the way, that if you are planning to enter today's Scoop Spin and Go contest, you need to use the hashtag PSCWin if you're sending in your winning hand. The idea being that you win a hand in that spin and go with a pocket pair. Do not use the hashtag PokerStarsTV or your submission will not be considered.
We've got 3 years, I think, 2 years. So one of the ones that I...
Well, since we know each other, basically.
Actually. Yeah. it's the only thing I've splashed out on. And
when you won the Sunny Million or something?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly, yeah. I went into, it might have been after like my first live tournament win or something. I just remember going to the shop, the guy being like, and all of these marvelous designs and telling me about all the intricate details and histories of all the watches. I was like, can I have the blue one? He was like, yeah, no, I can definitely see that, but let me also show you this. I was like, blue. It looks so frustrating for him.
Aiden is asking, has Fabio said a word?
Made the sale.
It ain't easy to get a word in here,
I mean,
mate.
I guess when you're just extremely passionate about what you're speaking about, you want other people to share the passion.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy hearing him speak about it, but I was just like, so you know, just
It's all gone quiet.
Yeah.
Now that Vogelsang has led the turn. Call from Jack Salter, a fold from Francesco Favia, heads up to the river. And that river card is the 4 of hearts, pairing the board. And you'll spot in the top right-hand corner that the field has dropped down to 256. A reminder that 143 get paid. That's when the bubble will burst. Probably the latter end of the day.
Become, I'm saying this because I have slightly disenamored with the effective reach of science, or your perception of how much of the world we can explain with science.
I think, again, like, I think I was at the table with you when I said it, right? Like,
yeah, we didn't have time to...
misdefinition of science sometimes when talking about it like that. I think even like the things that speak against science is a process of like just evaluating things. And when then people say, well, but like you can't it cannot touch some things that are like not perceivable in those ways, so they work on something else, your understanding of them still relies on you using your physical brain to understand them, which is the arguments against science are also arguments against you actually like using your brain to understand it in another way. Like what else to use?
But I think that's not necessarily an argument for science, just that there isn't a better alternative. I think just accepting the limitations of something by saying there isn't a better alternative is still a reasonable argument to make.
The argument for it is just that it proves consistently to be very right and like able to like make advantage.
For sure,
We can predict so many things.
I mean, by a state of pragmatic, science is obviously the nuts. It's so perfect for the world that we live in, but I think that people tend to hugely simplify their opinions on something or get a very exact opinion on something that we can't quite understand.
Right, but that's kind of like strawman science a little bit, in the sense that there is maybe a set of people that say, oh no, we know already the answers, but like that's true, but everything is like still amenable. Like theories can happen. Usually when you have new experiments or new evidence, then you update it.
So do we take his microphone away then?
The applications of science instead
Bit
of
harsh.
arguing against science itself. But
basically, like if there were more things to be shown of, I don't know what, but like something outer physical working, then that would be just integrated into science. If that was to be shown to be able to predict something.
But I think, I mean, my stance is that there are going to be some things that are just outside the realms of our understanding ever. And they're things that we experience, but they're things that we can't quite understand.
Right.
But we try to explain it using science, which gives us
that's different. You're saying it's out of our understanding of brains, basically, ever. But why would then something else be better than science at explaining it?
But I'm not saying that something else would be better.
Okay.
I'm saying that it's better to say, I don't know, than to say, I know and have the wrong answer.
All right,
like,
stop that now.
Science is
Stop
the
it.
art, like the whole.
Stop it.
It's all about saying, I don't know.
I understand.
Blah, 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 blah. Sorry. This is normally a conversation I have at 3:30 in the morning. Like, and it's been a very different night leading up to a conversation than this is happening.
And I think that's a pretty widely believed
We're just moving the microphones further and further away from the feature table.
I was thinking you raised.
Salter called this big bet on the river.
Oh.
Queens and tens. Queens and tens. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be a chop pot. And you know what they say?
Everyone loves a chop pot. Wow,
That's the
first
reason I was raising was not
first
to get
one
you
here
off
in
the
Monte
chop.
Carlo.
It's
If I went all in, maybe I get some.
Breathe it in, people. Breathe it in.
Probably not.
Yeah, I was thinking like,
I'm just letting you know.
this is ugly. Please don't go all in. Please don't go all in.
Well, after 5 seconds, the
Did
whole
you like
time
the
you must have been expecting all in or full.
I was
all in or
like,
full.
yeah.
We're boring the
I was
audience.
like, what's happening?
Gentlemen, sorry, I was just letting you know after the break. Your
Sorry
table
about
will
the
go back
tank.
downstairs. Table 3, which is.
Oh,
The funny
15
thing is, some of
minutes
the
are
Twitch
over.
viewers think that conversation was between me
Make
and you
space for
because it
Big
was happening
Daniel.
off screen. They think that me and you, they're saying that's the only problem is these commentators, they don't know what to talk
Stable
about,
is
so
not
they're just
interesting
talking about
anymore,
anything. Not us. We haven't said a word in about an hour and a quarter, kids.
feel like you would've
We
probably-
wish.
It's profound.
They've
I don't
understood.
have, like,
Christoph
a
wins
good
every hand he
I mean,
plays.
like,
It's
yeah.
okay.
But then
I
what?
don't
But then what are you gonna
Ronaldo,
call it?
poker.
You have to choose some.
I mean, yeah.
Table is
That's
I
bad.
can't only call with nuts. I can't only call with
I mean,
fives or
yeah.
five fours.
I mean, if you think that I fold a lot of tens on the turn, then
I think
I
that
got a
there are
pretty
many
nice bowler,
things,
right?
Like, I know.
obviously, that we haven't figured out yet.
He's probably gonna go
But
all
like,
in.
and I'm very
yeah,
curious
but you
about
have
it,
the
but I think the best way to figuring them out will just be by using methods that have so
I don't know. It's not really sport.
that have been shown to like figure things out very well, and also like having a structure on them that like improves those methods constantly.
So one of the problems I've been facing
gonna try.
is that after delving deeper into the psychedelic
take it.
spiritual
Yeah, I'll
world,
take
things
it. Like
taking
once.
ayahuasca, when I've then reported,
I mean,
those
I don't know why I
things
said
to
I'll take
a lot of
it.
my
You should
friends,
be taking it,
a lot
yeah.
of my very scientific
I was,
friends, they have a
expecting to lose
huge,
very much.
huge tendency to just
No, of course.
give me every single rationalization that comes into the head of why it might not be the case, which obviously is the first thing any good skeptical person should do. But also it comes with the tendency of not believing something even when there's anecdotal or experienced evidence. And I think that's just one of the scientific ways of thinking that I
Started
think
with
really
close
slows
to
people
100.
down.
Very quickly to Andrew. Go to the PokerStars lobby and search for the word bounty. If you just search for the word bounty, you will find the bounty bonus. Oh no, bonus actually.
Yeah.
Bonus is the
If you
better
search
word to look
bounty,
for.
you're going to find a lot of tournaments on
Yes,
Stars.
excuse me, bonus. Bonus is a better word, or bounty bonus, but bonus will get you there if you
2000
can't find it. Sorry, I panicked because I sensed there was a
gonna pass
6 second window to actually say something to one of the viewers.
A reminder that you claim your tickets for that tournament via PokerSchool Online. If you're an existing member, log into your account, go to the promotions page, click on the link, download the tickets. If you're not a PSO member, register now, it's free.
Free? Are you sure, James? That seems like incredible value.
Charlie Carroll raised this pre, got 3-bet by Francesco Favia. Charlie has called that bet, and we have a 10-9-8. 2-diamond flop.
Good.
Check, check, 3 of clubs on the turn. We're only 6 minutes away from the break, by the way, and a reminder that we are going to mix things up and bring you a new feature table. A couple of former champs, Davide Katai and Patrick Antonius, plus Benjamin Pollock.
Boom. You mean I'm not going to get to find out how we solved all of the world's problems? Oh, no.
3,800 the bet from Charlie.
I think no. It's like so hard to be losing, so hard to get caught.
Yeah.
I didn't think of the added
Heads
bonus.
up to the river.
Queen 10 bonus.
King of clubs.
I think it was correct.
Especially in this modern.
Yeah, if it's a re-entry super high, or that's very different to
Yeah.
the main event. On day 2.
Cool chip trick.
Sometimes I forget how
You
good
practice
it
that much?
is. You forget how good it is, you know, and you're like,
8,800.
I'm in a similar spot to Igor, where I can't think of too many things that I'd beat.
You should fold then. Strategy.
Really never
You're
a good
welcome.
spot.
Now you're in the same spot. Now Christoph did the same movement as well.
I'm disappointed.
think of
I was so sure you were going to do the move then. Like 3 minutes left on the feature table before the move. What, you're going to be, I'm on the Igor. All right, I'm all in. I was so sure that was coming.
All in all.
Yeah.
I can't see a hand I can beat.
You don't want to use that on the.
Bad habit.
I'm all in.
You don't want to use that on the TV table because then it never works.
Yeah.
You got to do it for value on the TV table, and then.
But when you
just do it as a
actually.
bluff.
Matt, tell me what I can watch during the break.
Well, James, coming up in the break, we're going to take you back to when Igor Kurganov, currently on our table and winning the hair poll, makes a great call against Ole Shemyan during the 2013 Monte Carlo main event right here in this very room. Also, one of our famous top fives, featuring a controversial hand with Peter Eckhard running in with Andy Black.
I'm going to show my cards anyway, actually.
Thank you for the information.
For the camera.
You're very welcome.
Actually, no, maybe not.
He came to me in a dream last night.
I've retired from
I can't show
showing.
my cards.
I've retired from all that bullshit.
Just 2 minutes left on the level, 2 minutes until that break.
Science is also to explain the things that are happening,
as well as watching those
the word, etc. So if
features that Matt
something
just
is
mentioned. You can also
happening
register for the bounty
which you
bonus.
find, like,
Also
special
fire
and
up some scoop
also
spin and goes. Try to win a hand with a
finding
pocket pair and
explanation for
put
it
yourself in a chance
is
to
what
win
you
a
wanna do.
$109 scoop ticket.
And using
Yeah, remember, you don't have to win the whole thing, just
like
a
when you
hand.
say,
Just
well,
win
it's
a
out of
hand.
the realm of science, like that can't be explained and just needs to be felt. This is still you explaining it in some form.
But I don't consider that to be explaining it with science.
Uh-oh.
So I
had the word science, James.
Hashtag.
I'm trying to remember how much I was raising to last level, but I think I just didn't.
Your process of you saying this cannot.
Oh, one in 525, 500.
But I don't think it
raised
is
one.
an evaluation because you're not drawing any conclusions.
Still pretty tight,
apart from
75
saying, I don't
minutes.
know. Whereas if you try and evaluate,
And I think I only raised 3 hands that level.
I agree with that, but
Then again, we probably only don't play
you
that many
can't
hands.
act on it, right? Like if
35
you
hands,
then you have to just purely say I don't
don't get a
know.
hand
But
for
if
that
it's
one.
not actionable,
Tina
then
really
No.
slow.
These people should do a podcast.
1 minute left.
are more actionable.
But
Because
so
like I
we-
don't think you draw no conclusion.
Right.
The truth is you
Oh,
say I don't
yeah.
know,
Okay.
but I will still
78, I forgot about the same.
change something and like try
Get
to
a room.
experience it more because I want it.
I
I
lost
believe
that
it helps
one
me with
big
this or
spot.
whatever. So actually you are evaluating.
I mean, evaluating it by saying
Had
this
it
is what's
checked,
happened to me,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah,
not
sure.
this is
I
how
lost
it's
that right
happened to
away,
me, or
and
this
apart
is why
from
it's
that,
happened to me, or I'm
quite
sure it's
well.
happened to me because this is the case.
The thing is like I think
Yeah.
that we have
Yeah.
like just we're our minds are not very
Oh, God,
good
yeah.
at
Yeah.
just evaluating things by
Oh, God,
themselves.
yeah.
Like we're only designed for these like
Oh, wow,
mid-range
yeah.
size, mid-number size objects, etc. And like we clearly have a ton of like biases
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
illusions
Oh,
and
yeah.
like just misunderstandings.
Totally.
And science has seemed to perform better than human minds by themselves.
Oh,
quite a
God,
lot,
yeah.
which is why
Oh, Matt, you forgot to mute your mic before making that phone call.
Oh,
it's hard for me to
all right,
rely
Mum.
on will,
Okay.
but I feel
All
that
right,
was the
yeah.
case. Yeah, but very
Okay,
many
bye-bye.
things are being felt. Very many wrong things.
Are they still talking about science?
I completely agree, but a lot of situations, I mean, like the huge majority of scenarios, you have to rely on science. But I do think that that dependence that we have on it has just also faulted us in other areas.
Rinse to the break.
But I just think it's important to remember that it is a process and not saying
No, stop
I
now,
will
we're in the
use
break.
the
Stop it.
beforehand created knowledge to explain it. It's rather I will use some processes to figure out what the values of this are. Christoph, why, huh?
Vogelsang is 3-bet
Tell me.
Kurganov.
Why are you doing this?
Remember you when you were screaming at me in Nottingham the other week?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll let you play the part. It was a
Yeah,
spot
I
like this, you were like, Jack!
You seem like a good guy to pick on.
It's a good answer. That makes my ego make me calm, I think.
Kurgels calls. Vogelsang with the betting lead and the advantage of position. An 8-7-6 flop. It's straighty with a flush draw.
One can only hope that develops into some pairedness.
Thought I heard Igor say I check. I think the action is on Vogelsang. Hurry up. C-bet from Vogelsang, 6,500.
That was a long tank for the bet that we were expecting.
Into 18-4.
It's a good point Igor makes.
Ten of clubs on the turn, puts a second flush draw out there. Igor checks quickly. Christoph does nothing quickly.
Correct. Come on, Christoph. You can do it.
Especially if you B&Q it. I think we established on the last episode of Poker in the Ears that other DIY stores are available.
Yeah. Buy a roof rack.
So check on the turn, deuce of hearts on the river. And a reminder that you can subscribe to the Poker in the Ears podcast on iTunes. You can download from SoundCloud. And of course, we'll be recording an in-vision version of the podcast here in Monte Carlo as Igor shoves river for just shy of 30,000.
I already had the feeling on the flop that you have it.
Man, I fear for the next 16 minutes of the break.
Love it.
I obviously have a strong hand. Because I wouldn't raise him light.
28-8.
He caught me with some 4-5 suited.
4-5 suited is more of a hand that you would have than I would have, I think. Right now.
It's science.
Yeah, but what about the spiritual side of the...
If I had it on the flop, I probably still have it, don't I?
No, I mean, like, you were likely to jam in there on the flop, so but how do you not have it?
So happy, though, look at him. Look at the fun he's having playing poker.
Which I'm also blocking. Oh, I'm not.
"15 minutes left on the break." We don't normally announce that during a hand.
What's Charlie doing?
He wants to look into... He's getting information. He wants to know what Igor looks like when this situation is occurring. Well, he is. He is just taking a snapshot of Igor's face. Because of all the chat, when Igor talks like he is the boss, does he turn out to be the boss?
It's a pretty clear fold.
You said the word fold. That's good enough for me. Break.
Let's go. Ah, yeah. I checked too quickly on the flop. I did have diamonds. Look at that.
10-9 of diamonds.
Wow.
Gave you the old snap check when hit the nuts. I hate when I do that.
Yeah. It's a board which I actually like leading.
Interesting.
But I snap checked.
So that concludes play for the
No,
first
it wasn't a
session of the
snap check.
day.
It was like...
No, it was a snap check.
A reminder that when
Did
we
you snap
come
check?
back
I
from
didn't.
break,
For some reason, I felt you were strong.
we are going to have
No,
a
I
new
snap checked.
feature
I was
table.
like-
Here's how the First session concluded for these players. We'll follow their progress in the field. You can follow them on the PokerStars blog. Meanwhile, Antonius, Pollock and Katai coming to the stage.